What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my Corporeal Beast Gear Progression Guide. In this guide, we're going to be checking out all kinds of different gear that you will need for this fight. We're going to look at a few different things, all kinds of different spec gear, as well as the typical gear progression for the Corporeal Beast. So for this boss, it is a very involved boss, and there's a few different things that you're going to need to know. Now, if you're looking for a full guide to the Corporeal Beast, in just a few days, there will be a link popping up in the description of this video for my full Corporeal Beast guide. So make sure to come back and check that out later. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this one. So as I just said, the Corporeal Beast is a very involved boss. You're going to have to do a few different things to essentially make the fight as easy as possible. So the first thing that we're going to want to check out in this guide is going to be your gear setups for each of the special attacks you're going to use. First one we are going to check out is the Dragon Warhammer special attack setups, and because this would make this video so long if I did gear progressions for all of these, for this we're just going to do Elite Void and Best in Slot for this boss. Now this way, you can still take a look at this and see what you might be able to downgrade just from these screenshots. So for the Dragon Warhammer special attacks, you will need to land 3 of these on the Corporeal Beast before you switch to the next section. So as for the Elite Void setup, obviously we have the full Elite Void gear, the helmet, the torso, the legs, and the gloves. As for everything else, you want to maximize your accuracy when you're doing this. So if possible, you want to use a Myth's Cape, Rada's Blessing, that's just for a prayer bonus, Dragon Warhammer with your offhand as the Avernic Defender, but that can be downgraded to something like a Dragon Defender if that's all you have. Your boots are going to be Primordial Boots, or less than that would be Dragon Boots, and the Tyrannical Ring Imbued is going to be a ring because it does give you that +8 to crush when worn and when it is imbued. With this setup, you have a +154 crush bonus plus the 10% that the Elite Void set gives you. As for the Best in Slot, this is obviously going to be the Inquisitors. That is very, very expensive, so it's not expected that everybody will have that. But as for this, it's going to be the Inquisitor's helmet, plate body, and skirt. Myth's Cape again, Amulet of Torture, Rada's Blessing, Dragon Warhammer, offhand is the Avernic Defender. For this one, you'll be using Ferocious Gloves, Primordial Boots, and the Tyrannical Ring Imbued. With this setup, you'll have a Crush attack bonus of +202. After you have landed your 3 Dragon Warhammer special attacks, next up you're going to switch over to the Arclight special attack. Now with this Elite Void setup, will be just a little bit different here. We will be replacing the Mist Cape with an Infernal Cape or a Fire Cape if you have that. And we will also be replacing the weapon from the Dragon Warhammer to the Arclight. And the last thing you'll replace here is the Warrior's Ring, because you want to have the most slash bonus you possibly can with this setup. So the Warrior's Ring Imbued will give +8 to that. As for this, your slash bonus is going to be +96, +70% from the Arclight, and +10% from the Void set. As for your Best in Slot setup, this one, you will be swapping out the Inquisitors for a Warrior's Helmet for more slash bonus. You want the accuracy just to make sure your special attack hits. I should have mentioned this earlier. With the Dragon Warhammer and the Arclight, it doesn't matter how high you hit. As long as you hit, that special attack will take effect. And as for this one, once again, Infernal Cape, Amulet of Torture, Arclight, and the offhand is the Avernic Defender. For this one, you'll be wearing Carols because you don't need any other bonuses other than that. You want to have magic defense against Corporeal Beast, so that one is good there. Ferocious Gloves, Primordial Boots, and once again, the Warrior's Ring Imbued. +117 to slash is what you'll get for this, plus the 70% from the Arclight. Something else I also want to note is the Arclight doesn't increase by 70% of itself. It actually increases by 70% of your total attack bonus. So keep that in mind. That's why you want it to be as high as possible. As for your last set of special attacks, your next one is going to be the Bandos Godsword special attack. So after you've landed your 3 Dragon Warhammers and 20 Arclight special attacks, you'll switch over to the Bandos Godsword. This one, Elite Void, obviously the Elite Void setup again, Infernal Cape, Amulet of Torture. We're going to switch over to the Bandos Godsword. Everything else remains the same. You want that high slash bonus. You'll be +161 to slash with this setup, plus the 10% from the Elite Void. As for the Best in Slot, once again, everything is remaining the same except for the weapon. We're going to switch over to that Bandos Godsword, and that will be +182 to slash with this setup here. And you will want to land 200 damage on the Corporeal Beast, and then you are actually ready to take on the rest of the fight. which is where we get into our melee gear progression. So this is our actual gear progression for the rest of the fight of the Corporeal Beast. This is where you'll be taking the HP down to 0. So in your helmet slot, your best in slot option is going to be the Nitznot face guard, followed by a Serpentine helm, and then the Justiciar helmet, followed by a helmet of Nitznot. In the torso and the leg slot, first is going to be Carol's for that magic defense. Next up is actually going to be the Third Age range set. That's incredibly expensive. Might as well just get Carol's. And if you don't have either of those, you can use the Black Dragon hide top and bottom. As for your cape, Infernal Cape is going to be your best in slot option here, followed by the Fire Cape, then the Ardoin Cloak 4, and then the Ardoin Cloak 3. In the glove slot, Ferocious Gloves, followed by Barrow's Gloves, Dragon Gloves, and Rune Gloves. As for your boots, Primordial Boots are going to be your best option. Into the Dragon Boots, Spiked Manacles are next, followed by Guardian Boots and then Granite Boots. As for your weapon, this is very important. The Corporeal Beast will only take 100% damage from spear-styled weapons. Hostas do not count. So at the Corporeal Beast, Zamorakian Spear is going to be your best in-slot option here. After that, you're going to have the Dragon Spear and then the Guthan's War Spear. Now, if you can afford it, you definitely want to have that Zamorakian Spear. The Dragon Spear is obviously okay, so for those Iron Men out there that might want to solo some Corp, if you can get your hands on a Dragon Spear, Brutal Black Dragons drop them. You can get one really all over the game, but they're kind of hard to get too. Guthan's War Spear. Unfortunately for the Iron Men out there, all of these options are a little bit hard to get. As for the offhand or the shield slot, we don't have any because spears are one-handed weapons. The Amulet, Amulet of Torture, followed by the Fury, and then the Amulet of Strength, and then an Amulet of Glory. In your ring slot, you are going to be using a Berserker's Ring imbued, and if you don't have that, you can use a Ring of Stone or the non-imbued Berserker's Ring. In your ammunition slot, you want to have a Rada's Blessing 4 if you have it. If you don't have that, any other blessing will work. As for your special attack weapon, the Crystal Halberd is what you're going to want to use, because after you land all those special attacks with the defense and stat reductions, you'll essentially be fighting a big chicken. And I'm not joking, it does actually have the stats of a chicken once you land all of your special attacks. So Crystal Halberd will do a ton of DPS with that special attack and all of the reduced stats. So guys, as for your gear progression, that is all you need to know. All the information for the gear that you will need for the Corporeal Beast is in this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that if you didn't know something, you probably learned it throughout this video. Remember, my Corporeal Beast guide is coming out very soon, so make sure you come back and check the description if you're looking for a full guide to that. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. If you'd like to, please hit the subscribe button down below. All of your support means a lot to me. And if you like the video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up as well. I will see you on the next one, everybody. Take it easy.